Hello all, this is JC3 from Is This Real? Do you want to start your own podcast? Then look no further than Buzzsprout.com. We here at Green Hour Media use Buzzsprout, and we love the team at Buzzsprout. They are all about helping you succeed. Buzzsprout gets your show listed in every major podcast platform. Follow the link in our show notes to let Buzzsprout know that we sent you. It gets you a $20 paid Amazon gift card if you sign up with a paid plan and helps support our show. Join us and over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout.com to get your message out to the world.
Just above the Keith Vincent Taylor Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Hour Media is proud to present Is This Real? Tonight, we're going to talk about the ghost ship Mary Celeste. What actually happened to the crew? What happened to the people, and where are they now? And now your host, JC3.
Welcome, everybody, to another fantastic episode of Is This Real?
Is this real?
Thank you, Eric. This week we are again not in the booth because we're all coming down from COVID. You know, everybody's coming down. Everybody's feeling good. Everybody's feeling right.
Our boy, gonna be the new vaccine because he's catching every variant of this shit.
Yeah, we're all the kale is in general going to be the new vaccine.
Yeah, superhumans at this point.
Yeah, so we are this week. We are talking about the Mary Celeste ship. Or the Marie Celeste ship, whatever you want to call. In the episode tonight, we have our usual Roblox. Say hello.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody?
We got Big Joe. You just heard him introduce. Say hello, Dad.
Hello, Dad.
Okay, Mr. West.
Oh, konbanwa, minasan, everybody. Look, this is my girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Hi, Jazz.
Hi, Josh.
Jazz is in the house.
And then we got Big Dickhead Tony Don at the desk. Whatever the hell.
Rocking the Is This Real hat for you fuckers. Thank you, Patient Zero.
Yes.
Not because you have so many coronavirus variances, because you're shaped like the number 0.
Shut up, you Brandon supporter.
I'm rocking the OG Green Hour production sweater tonight. This is way back when we first started coming up. I don't think anybody has ever seen this. But
Hell
tonight,
no, I'm seeing that for the first time. I'm like, yo, what's that? That's kind of like, I'm like productions. I'm like, we producing now?
No, this is OG. Me and Anthony had this when we first doing the.
First of all, in Anthony's presence, you have to say Anthony and I.
Anthony and I.
Well, what did I do? I mean, thank you, but
when we were first doing this, we did Green Hour Productions, and this is, when the Fat Night came out, and we did Trust Me, and we did What's Beyond the Door, all those little short films that are on our YouTube. This is what it was under. It was Green Hour Productions.
Right.
Yeah. So tonight, gentlemen, is the Mary Celeste ship. Now we're talking about a mystery that's happened, if I'm looking at this, 150 years ago. You know, so it's been a while.
I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was.
No, I missed the ship. I wasn't there for that.
Okay, in your other life, right?
No, we're talking about now, right?
No, okay. Listen here.
What the fuck are you talking about?
For a while,
Bruno Mars, can you please get Bruno Mars? Can
Listen, Andy.
All right. So on November 7th, 1872, the 282-ton brigantine Mary Celeste set sail from New York Harbor on its way to Genoa, Italy. On board were the ship's captain, Benjamin S. Briggs, his wife, Sarah, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia, along with 8 crew members. Less than a month later, on December 5th, a passing British ship called Dei Gratia spotted the Mary Celeste at full sail and adrift about 400 miles east of the Azores, with no sign of the captain, his family, or any of the crew. Aside from several feet of water in the hold and a missing lifeboat, the ship was undamaged and loaded with 6 months' worth of food and water. Mary Celeste had a shadowy past, originally christened Amazon. It was given a new name after a series of mishaps, including the sudden illness and death of its first captain and a collision with another ship in the English Channel. An investigation into whether to grant payment by its insurers to De Gratia's crew for salvaging the Ghost Ship found no evidence of foul play. Mary Celeste was sailed under different owners for 12 years before its last captain deliberately ran it aground in Haiti as part of an attempted insurance fraud. In 2001, best-selling novelist and adventurer Clive Cussler claimed to have found the wreck of Mary Celeste, but later analysis of the timbers retrieved from the ship he found showed the wood was still living at least a decade after the Mary Celeste sank. Meanwhile, one of its most famous maritime mysteries is in history endures. Why would an experienced captain such as Briggs or his sailors abandon a perfectly sound ship? Theories over the years have ranged from mutiny and pirate attack to assault by a giant octopus or sea monster, while the more scientifically minded proposed an explosion caused by fumes from the 1,700 barrels of crude alcohol in the ship's hold.
Do you write your own intros?
What?
Do you write your own intros?
I don't know what that means.
What I mean is, maybe you should start writing and rehearsing it before you get on air.
Hey, who has a podcast and who doesn't?
All right,
I thought so.
Stop and go.
I thought so. Thank you.
Shit.
Okay, and we have been dealing with this for weeks and months now. It's just part of the programming.
Thank you, Eric.
It's like listening to Parkinson's.
At least people listen to me. Okay, now on to the next. Mr. West, what do you think has happened with this?
Okay, so from my understanding of it, like they said that these people vanished completely. There was no signs of it being attacked by pirates or it crashed into anything whatsoever.
No, it was found adrift in the middle of the sea.
What part of the sea?
I believe they said let me go back. Hold on.
I'll help out. Let me speed it up for you. It was found
400 miles east of Azores. I don't know where that is.
The Azores.
Whatever.
Azores.
off the fucking coast of Spain and Portugal.
Okay, so it made it. Okay, so damn.
From New York.
From New York. So and it's been drifting like that for months. I don't know. I honestly don't know what could have happened. To be honest,
Hold on. Not months.
They could have been all spirit. They could have been spirited away for all we know.
Not months. The last logged position was November 25th, and that was even further out in the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and then December 4th, they discovered it floating 400 miles off of Portugal's coast.
Okay, so between
it was missing a lifeboat.
It was missing a lifeboat.
Yes.
Okay, so then that automatically draws foul play as to none of the crewmates were ever found.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I think the most, I mean, I would always want to go with like something supernatural or something like that. But the most logical thing that I can think of in a situation like that is that one of the crewmates must have did a mutiny, killed everyone, dumped the bodies off. But no, I don't think they dumped the bodies off because then they would have found blood or stuff on the boat.
Yeah, there was no sign of foul play anywhere on the boat at all.
Which is why when the person who found it, they got the insurance claim on it. I don't know how that fucking works back then, but you know,
150 years ago, laws were a lot different than they are today.
Hell yeah, you could dump lead. You could dump lead into a river, and people would be okay with that. Oh, that's not gonna fuck up the economy. That's not gonna fuck up the environment.
I mean, if there's enough lead, it would fuck up the economy.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
All right, Dad.
We'll be back after a quick break. Hey, Ryan. Hi, this is Sarah Palin.
Ryan Donald Trump Jr.
Hogs to win, seal. Hey, everybody, I want y'all to check out a fellow Marines podcast.
My name is Ted Nugent, and I got a call from my buddy Ryan F. Samuels, and he wants me to tell you that he's a working hard, playing all-American son of a who is celebrating God, family, country.
Welcome to the Ryan Samuels Show, one of the top political podcasts in the United States, where we have a healthy distrust for government and mainstream media. The Ryan Samuels Show is a raw, unfiltered look at American politics.
Well, I think with the lifeboat missing, I think that the coal might have backed up, set itself on fire, exploded, and they had to get out of there. Now, with only 8 people, 10 people, with the mother, father, and the
about
crew,
11, yeah,
11. They might have jammed onto this thing somewhere, abandoned ship, figuring it was going to blow up even further, and it never did. But by that time, they were so far away from it. You know, when you got that many people in a small lifeboat, those things are not big. They could have been, away from this ship. And who knows, when you're out in sea like that, you have no way of steering yourself around. You could have a storm come by and kill them. So to me, it's not that much of a mystery that they're not on the ship. To me, the mystery comes, where did they go when they got off the ship? And I don't think that they were teleported by aliens or anything like that, although that does remain a possibility, because out in the ocean, you don't know what you got out there. No one really knows for sure. But the most logical thing, and I'm going to take a page out of Anthony's book, the thing that I think that could happen here is these people they figured, you know what, let's get out of here before this ship blows up even more. We'll get onto this lifeboat. We'll be a little crowded, but not realizing that once you're on a lifeboat in the middle of the Atlantic, anything is possible. And they could have capsized, sunk, and then there you go, 11 people never to be seen again.
They could have ate each other.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a million possibilities once you're off that boat. But the reason why they're off the boat is the mystery. And I believe that is the most logical answer that you can come up with. Because don't forget, when they left everything intact. Their clothes were there. Their food were there. They had enough food on that thing for 6 months.
Well, they're also saying that there was no sign of fire or an explosion.
Well, you know what? They could have thought it was going to get out of hand. Somebody could have said, you know what, this thing's about to blow. There's sparks or whatever. You don't know. There's no record of that. All you have is a boat and 11 missing people and a missing lifeboat. It kind of that's how I look at
it. Joshua?
I think someone fucking lost their shit at the fact that some of the barrels that they had that contained alcohol ended up being empty. I'm thinking like the Jack Sparrow route, like someone was officially upset that the rum was gone. And I'm only saying that as a joke, but I'm actually saying that because of the fact that apparently it was reported that of the over 1,700 barrels, only 9 of them were empty. But the empty 9 was made of red oak, not white oak like all the other barrels. And apparently it's reported that red oak is actually known to be more porous wood and therefore could actually be easier for it to leak out. So I don't know what that is, but that is something that I read that kind of stuck out in my head. I don't know if someone went stir crazy because the fucking alcohol's gone. Maybe it was worth a lot more back then than anything else.
I mean, you said it's crude alcohol too, so that shit probably could have deteriorated the fuck out of their brain.
Is it crude alcohol, or was it rum, or was it denatured alcohol?
It was crude. It was crude. They had to process all that shit.
So it really wasn't drinkable yet.
I don't think so. I think it's like borderline like ethanol.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was the pure stuff.
And this is 1872.
Yes.
So you're not worrying about it being
flammable,
right? Used for fuel somewhere. So again, you might be onto something as far as it leaking, and who knows? The fumes might have got to them. They might have got scared that this shit's about to blow up. We got to get out of here. That's another possibility other than the coal igniting. So you got all this stuff on there that's going on. and people are trying to save themselves. They were what, 400 miles off course at one point?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a perfect storm. It's a perfect storm for people to get out of there and to try to save their lives and taking just what they barely needed with the clothes on their back. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, if again, nobody knows exactly. There was a
Will you ask Anthony what he thinks?
he said what he thought.
He did? Yo, for real, my nigga?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yo, bro. See, I
Yes,
know I'm not.
okay. Anthony, what do you think?
I think, okay, we had some alcohol missing on this ship, right? We have the captain, his wife, his daughter, bunch of crewmates. Missing lifeboat. They are between the coast of Portugal and the Azores Islands, however you pronounce that. Azores, I think. Yes. Whatever. It's the country, the region of Azores, whatever. You're right between those two. I think it's very plausible that they had a big fucking party on the Mary Celeste. Everyone was drinking. The captain might have gotten fucked up, a little too much fucked up, and they could have, taken care of him on the boat. Maybe maybe something happened. He needed medical attention. He fell down a flight of stairs, broke his leg, or snapped something. Who knows? So I said, okay, all right, let's take a lifeboat. We'll go back to the islands we just passed a couple 100 miles ago, and we'll get them fixed up, and then we'll find the ship afterwards. I don't know. Did anyone? That's the question. Like, did anyone check the islands that they passed to see if they made it back?
Because that island sounds like the most. Was it? Wait.
I mean,
logically, 1,000 miles west of Portugal's. Or
right,
was it
logically, I'm sitting here thinking that, they were in the ambulance heading back, and the ambulance, got T-boned. You know what I mean? Like, they were in the fucking ship going back to the other islands to take care of the captain or whoever got injured. And then, here comes a hurricane or some shit, like the worst luck you could possibly imagine happens, and they're lost at sea. Or someone read MapQuest wrong and they wound up going north and they completely got lost at sea. My point is, I think something happened on board the ship which made them abandon the ship. And then they got, their GPS wasn't coordinated right and they got lost. It's as simple as that. I mean,
there are a few other, excuse me. There are a few, let me just bring up a few theories here. One of them would be a crazed mutiny, which you were talking about. Initial checks of the ship found strange marks that may have been caused by an axe, along with traces of what seemed to be blood. The Attorney General leading to the inquiry fixated on the idea that the inquiry, Jesus Christ, I can't even read. Hold on a minute. The Attorney General leading the inquiry fixated on the idea that the members of the crew had got violently drunk on the ship's cargo of alcohol and then massacred everyone else on board before departing on the ship's sole lifeboat. But again, there was no evidence of blood, was there? I mean,
everything looked intact.
Okay.
And then the plot hole that I'm finding with the whole, like, a hurricane or a storm could have happened was that, like, if it was that bad, it would have damaged the ship in some sort of way.
Right.
All right. Well,
it would have pushed the ship.
Go back to the mutiny idea. If they had mutinied and decided to take the captain, his wife, and his daughter and fuck them, and there's no blood, well, there's very easily explained. You have a crew of 8 people against a grown man, his wife, and a little girl. Not the hardest thing to conquer. Throw them over the side of the ship, and you sail a couple miles out. They're gone. They're shark food. You know what I'm saying? There's no blood involved. Just throw them the fuck overboard. And then you take the ship. You take the what do you call it? The dinghy. Lifeboat. And then you cruise the fuck out of there. And they all committed mutiny, so they're not going to go. They're not going to be on any census record. If they made it back to Portugal, or if they made it to Portugal, or they made it back to the islands, either way, they're just now vagrants, vagabonds, whatever the fuck. They could have made or they just got lost at sea. Look, I get the mystery here. Like, what happened to these fucking people? But like, it's not that hard to put 2 and 2 together here. Something happened, someone got fucked up, and the ship got abandoned.
Okay.
Like, here's the thing: if we still had this ship today, which we don't, because they fucking scrapped it in Haiti for insurance reasons, and we were able to piece together, like looking at the crime scene to try and piece it together. Now, different story, right? You have different evidence. You have a floating ship. You go, what happened to them? Well, they went fucking missing somehow.
Well,
There's a dinghy missing.
They did say that there was blood stains, but then it went on later on to determine that those blood stains were just how'd they put it? The blood stains were the marks due to the natural wear and tear, and the alcohol was industrial grade stuff that wasn't fit for drinking.
Right.
So, maybe they did drink it and didn't realize that. I can't see how you're going to take this kind of cargo on there and know that you can't drink it, but you drink it anyway.
If they did drink it, and if it wasn't, and they drank enough of it, that would kill them. But at the same time, if they did drink it and they died, they would have died on the ship, and the lifeboat would have been there.
Yeah, in mere fact, like what Anthony just said about them, killing the guy and then getting on the boat and getting off the boat, it's almost certain doom when you're in the middle of the Atlantic like that and you're on a small boat. I mean, these guys are supposed to be sailors.
No, I get that, but like, look at the alternative. You get to port and you go, "Where's the captain?" You have 8 people or 9 people of that crew. What's the old adage? The only way to keep a secret between 3 people is when 2 of them are dead.
Well, first of all, you're not going to sit there if they're dumb enough to go straight to the port and be like, "Well, yeah, we killed the captain." No, if they're going to commit a mutiny, they're not going to port. They're going to some place that's not, but they're going to take the ship because you're going to have 8 people and leave all the food behind.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
To go on to a little dinger, a lifeboat, and say, "Okay, we're just going to row our dumbasses over to the next."
We're just going to try to escape because we're criminals now. I
Maybe,
can't.
I don't know. I don't know enough of the crew. Maybe the crew was a bunch of like just helpers. Like they were never meant to sail a ship. They were just there to like make sure that shit was working and kept shit clean.
Oh, if
how much alcohol was leaked from those barrels? Because I'm seeing something that says that like records show that 300 gallons of alcohol had leaked, and that was more than enough to create a terrifying explosion.
If that's fine. It could have leaked, and that's all good and well. But if there was an explosion, there would be signs of an explosion.
Yeah,
but,
I think.
I'm saying that like, no, yeah, I completely agree with that. But like, if they're saying that like supposedly about like 300 gallons of alcohol had leaked, then someone definitely must have smelled that, and like how Dad said earlier, that would have just already, fuck this, we're out.
Right.
Oh yeah, I could see that. But we're gonna take a short little break right now, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Hello, nerds. Come listen to the History Nerds United podcast, and let's make history fun again. We interview today's best authors, whether they are established Pulitzer Prize winners or someone debuting their first book. Let us show you that history is not a boring class you took in high school, but a place where the best stories come from. And we don't just cover history. We also love to chat about true crime, biographies, memoirs, and so much more. So head on over to History Nerds United and let us introduce you to your new favorite book and learn the story behind the story.
History Nerds United.
If you're looking for a dining experience like no other in the North Jersey area, Soprano's Pizza and Restaurant is your place. Located at 400 Minnesink Road in Totowa, New Jersey, Soprano's offers pizza, sandwiches, Italian delights such as specialty pizzas, seafood, soup, salad, burgers, sides, and much, much more. Free delivery on all orders, more convenient ordering online. Download the app on Google Play or in the Apple Store and track your order. Or if you prefer, just stop by and pick it up. Either way, Soprano's Pizza and Ristorante in Totowa always satisfies. Pleasant staff, exceptional atmosphere, and great food. Open 10 to 10 every day. Visit their website at www.sopranospizzeriamenu.com or phone 973-256-7115. That's 973-256-7115. Sopranos Pizza. Give it a try.
Hi, this is Anthony from Multimedia Mafia. If you love what we do and you want to know more about us, head on over to greenarrowmedia.org. On there, you're going to find links to both Multimedia Mafia show and our sister show, Is This Real?, which is all about conspiracies and aliens and all sorts of wonderful stuff like that. If you want to support us, head on over to our merch page where you can buy a hat or a mug. We have lots of different designs and cool colors. If you want to meet us, we got pictures up there. We have a little biography, and you can even stream the show right through the website. And hey, don't forget to check out our YouTube link, where you can check out all the filming that we do right on our YouTube page. Check us out, greenarrowmedia.org.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Mary Celeste Ghost Ship. So we have a couple more theories. Like I have three. Well, we talked about the natural disaster theory. We talked about the alcoholic explosion theory. And we talked about the crazy mutiny theory. There's two more that I have on my list. I don't know if anybody has any more about that, but this one, number 2, says it's a criminal conspiracy.
Yeah.
They go, a rogues gallery of suspects have been implicated in the case of Mary Celeste over the years. Could North African pirates have attacked the ship and killed the crew? Perhaps, but the ship hadn't been looted. How about the crew of the Gradia, the ship which had actually discovered the empty Mary Celeste? Perhaps they had in reality attacked the Mary Celeste and then pretended to have found her adrift so they could gain money from the salvage.
All right, time out. Hold on 1 second. I just want to get this out there. Tie that into what Anthony had said earlier. You know, if these guys did it, they got off the boat, they wanted to get out there, they wanted to just, escape. Okay. Or like your theory is if they did it, they were going to get to port. If they took the thing and they were going to go to port. Okay. If the Del Grata or whatever it is did it, and what do you think they're going to tell people when they get back to port? If they killed them, they're going to say, well, we found it here. So what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter what they said when they got to port. They're going to take that chance of getting back to port. They're not going to kill somebody and then get on a little dinghy and say, I'm out of here, and then chance it. But then again, were they experienced enough? I don't think any of us have a list of, of these.
Well, to me,
if they were experienced.
I'll be honest. If you're, especially back then, I don't think they're gonna sit there and with such a small mission, small ship. I don't think they're gonna give they're gonna hire inexperienced crew members. I don't know. To me, that's just, you're gonna find someone, especially if you're going from New York to fucking Spain, that's experienced, that knows how to sail the fucking sea.
Well, they were going to Italy first, right? They were going to Genoa.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they were going to Italy.
So they were taken off course somehow.
But
maybe.
So, the ending of this is even more outlandish, is the idea that it was an inside job with Captain Briggs and his family faking their deaths to claim the salvage money through a co-conspirator. Now that's really outlandish. And then this one, which is really out there, we go into the more conspiracy theory aspect of it, was alien abduction. There's no getting away from it. Many people have still have a sneaking suspicion that aliens suddenly turned up and whisked away the crew. This is probably partly down to the idea that many people of the have the Mary Celeste being in eerily pristine condition, with the last log entry written shortly before it was discovered, and half-eaten food still laid out on the table. This is actually a myth. The last log had been several days before discovery. There was no food laid out, and the ship itself was disheveled and waterlogged, in the words of the court report. A thoroughly wet mess.
It was floating for a few days. And no one took them up to the motherfucker. It was abandoned for at least a week.
Yeah, there's also the small matter of the missing lifeboat, which is a sign the crew deliberately abandoned ship. I mean, there's like, I don't know, alien abduction is really, really out there. And unless the aliens dropped down and took the boat with them.
that I'm just seeing that the most far out one that I'm seeing right now is saying that a giant squid could have possibly attacked them.
Oh yeah, that's believable.
Well, I mean, if you think of, especially around that time, there's a lot of lores about giant sea monsters and stuff like that.
No. You want to know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what it is, and you're gonna laugh at me. And you're gonna go, there's Tony.
Here we go.
Hold on. No, listen to me.
I'll listen.
The only thing that was out there, do giant sea creatures exist in some form? Yes, I do believe they do. They live at the bottom of the fucking ocean where they are adapted to live by. Okay. But you want to know what those monsters they saw that were? Those were whales who breached themselves with a hard-on. That's all it was. And I'm not trying to be funny here. That's exactly what that shit was. When a whale floats to the top of the ocean to breathe, sometimes they had a hard-on. And when you look out to sea and you see this giant fucking neck coming out of the ocean, you can't account for anything. So they immediately think giant squid. I'm not fucking around here. I've looked at this up. I've read about this shit.
Wait, hold on. You search.
Wait, hold on. Wait, no.
Josh, are you still with us? Sound like you're
No.
He searches up whale hard-ons.
No. I'm not searching up whale penises. I'm searching up monsters of the ocean. And that was the common thing because they're all described the same fucking way. It's like a tentacle-like head and monster. And you know what's tentacle-like and massive at the ocean? Whale cock. That's what it is. And you know how much those things come? A lot. That's why the ocean is so salty.
Hey,
My
Joe,
point is...
Hey, Joe.
What?
This is a reason why we're the only podcast on this network. You're getting it first.
Look, my dog.
Look at Josh. Josh is done. Look at Josh. He's got his hand on his head. He's ready for. I don't even know what he's ready for. He's looking for that 6 or 7 barrels of that alcohol so he can put down his throat just to get away from this criminal bullshit we're dealing with.
You can make fun of me all you want. You can say all the things you want to say to me. All I'm going to say to you is this. If you look at just
that was one. I got to give you that, by the way. That was one hell of a porn title that you just said. Monsters of the Sea. And I was just like, wow.
All you have to do is just Google.
We can't have these two on the same.
Whale, no, Google
it's fucked up, isn't it? Yeah.
Google whale penis sea monster, and then tell me that doesn't look like fucking Nessie.
I don't want to do that because if the cops ever come here and like they raid my computer,
wait. You're gonna tell me
articles written.
You're gonna tell me that
many articles written.
Cops looking at you like, what the fuck?
in Lake Michigan, wherever the fuck lake that Nessie popped out of, that was a whale cock.
No, they're talking about the Loch Ness monster. No, they use
the Loch Ness monster was built by some motherfucker. It was like a boat or some shit like that.
All I'm saying is when you Google it,
okay, we're getting off track.
It's completely fucking obvious. And there's many articles written that like, hey, the very first one, as of April of 2021, this was written by iflscience.com. A surprising number of sea monster sightings can be explained by whale erections. That's all it is.
In the words of my Uncle Keithy, this podcast has totally lost its focus.
You can say what you want to say. You can make fun of me for bringing it up. I don't care. You know what it is? It's whale hard-ons. That's what they were. You have uneducated people out at the ocean, and they see that thing, and they
enough.
Out.
Okay, enough with the whale hard-ons.
And they want to, and the government wants to stop them from paying their fucking fair share when they pay back their fucking money for college. Fuck that. They should be paying double for listening to this shit.
No more talk of whale penis.
Just Google it, is all I'm saying.
We're done with whale penis. We're done with whale penis.
Hold on, I'll put it away.
Got you right now. Googling right now.
So, someone.
Thank you, Mr. West.
And I believe it was 2000 or 2001. He recreated. Please stop. We're not sponsored by them. Please don't put that on screen.
Is that John Holmes swimming? No.
I see. Okay, Anthony. As a horrible sight as that was, I see what you mean.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
So in 2001, Dr. Andreas Sella, he's from the UCL chemistry.
I know that guy.
Built a replica of the hold of the Mary Celeste using butane gas. He simulated an explosion caused by alcohol leakage from the ship's cargo. Instead of wooden barrels, he used cubes of paper. Setting light to the gas caused a huge blast, which set a ball of flame upwards. Surely the paper cubes would be burned and blackened of the replica hole damaged. Remarkably, neither happened. What was created was a pressure-like wave of explosion. There was a spectacular wave of flame, but behind it was relatively cool air. No soot was left behind, and there was no burning or scorching. Given all the facts we have, this replicates conditions on board the Mary Celeste. The explosion would have been enough to blow open the hatches and would have been completely terrifying for everyone on board. Such a massive explosion could have been triggered by a spark caused when two loose barrels rubbed together, or when a careless crewman, pipe in mouth, opened a hatch to ventilate the hold during the long crossing from New York to Italy. Records show that 300 gallons of alcohol had leaked, more than enough to create a terrifying explosion. So you had something like that could explain.
I think that's the best answer.
And
I really do.
Science.
Because all of a sudden everyone's freaking out and they jump on a board and they jump on a lifeboat and they escape.
No.
And they realize that the boat's not on fire and sinking.
All right, hold on.
Too late to turn back.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on.
Roadblock, speak.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna tone down towards the end of the episode, and Joshua, you have the floor.
Thank you. What actually could have happened that no one wants to touch on is the alcohol fumes. Now, when you're talking about the pure alcohol fumes in barrels that are aging in the process, those are actually very, very powerful fumes. It's damn near close to paint thinners. It's almost the same thing. Now, mentioning opening the deck could have released all the fumes from, like I said earlier, 9 barrels that had basically leaked. So those fumes could have gotten out. That could have been the majority of the fumes that they inhaled from opening that deck. Now, mind you, you can sit there and argue because of the fact that they're at sea, the fumes shouldn't be that bad. But depending on the size of the ship, how close they were, if they were investigating, whatever, yada, 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 that can actually sit there and cause them to basically be intoxicated, depending on how much they smelt. So then
they were really huffing fumes.
Exactly. Huffing fumes. Thank you, Eric.
More than you do, Eric.
I don't do that. That's this one motherfucker I used to work with. He really loved that shit. He drank gasoline and all that. He was weird.
Okay. Ingesting that in one way, shape, or form could cause them to have some kind of like delirious reaction or something like that, or being paranoid and stuff like that. They think the ship was going to explode, therefore they jump on the what is it? The small boat. Lifeboat. Thank you. But it could be too late because they inhaled too much of the fumes and they could have died at sea, which is a viable reason why no one found them.
I like that answer. I'm gonna go with that one.
I'm done for the night. You guys can continue.
All right, Mr. West, do you have anything to add to that?
That was good.
Thank you, Anthony.
Well, Josh mentioned that the alcohol could have been strong as paint thinner, which is the exact level of alcohol concentration that Josh likes to drink. So if anyone knows
what it has
what
to do with alcohol, I'm going to trust Joshua.
Yeah, I really do.
Why do you think I saved the best for last? Hello.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, listen, I think anything's possible that's within the realm of logic. Here's the only thing that just pisses me off when they call it a ghost ship. It's not. It's not a ghost ship. It's not a ship anymore at all. It was found abandoned. That's what it is. If you go to Detroit, you can look at fucking cars on the side of the roads. No one's in there going, wonder what happened. They got fucking abandoned. Some reason, like it's not like the Queen Mary. Is that the haunted ship? And I think it's in LA, right?
Yeah. Both of them are in LA.
Right. It's like, that's a ghost ship. Something spooky happened there. You can go to that ship and you can run tests, and they have lots of evidence pointing to the paranormal. That's unlike something fucked up happened on that ship, and there's a spirit or something that's still there.
Yeah.
This is not that. This is an abandoned ship found with all of its shit, and no one knows why. It's a mystery, but it's not the world's greatest mystery. It's something that's been pissing
It's
a lot of people
interesting.
off. It's interesting because it pisses people off because we don't have a logical answer. These people were never seen again. They're fish food. You know what I mean? But it's not like it's something that.
Or the seagulls got them too.
That's possible too. It's not like it's something where it's like, what do you call it? Like we were talking about the Bennington Triangle. Even that, a couple episodes ago, even that you could still make the argument that maybe something supernatural is happening. Even though I don't believe it, I can at least hear your argument and go, okay, I don't believe it, but I'm not going to rule it out completely.
Yeah.
To say that this is a ghost ship, completely off guard. No, it's not.
It does. It does kind of blow. It does kind of make no sense because I was doing my research for it. I'm like, this is not a ghost ship, and this makes no sense. But it does. It's another one of those mysteries. Like, what happened? Like the last three episodes. What happened? And it's great to ponder these things because with all the science in the world, you're just never going to know. It's all going to be theory and speculation, right down to the last.
True. Yeah, I agree. I like little mysteries like this here and there because you have to sit there and go, there could be foul play here. There could be. It's like a toss up. It could be something paranormal. It could be something extraterrestrial, or it could be something murder mystery type thing. It has like it covers genres of mystery that I think as a podcast especially for this season, should be able to be talking about. But I think that will cover. Let's just go down the road. Joshua, real or not real? Do you believe? Is this real? Is that
I believe it was a ship. Bunch of motherfuckers got drunk and died. That's what I.
All right, Anthony.
I mean, obviously it's real. We have documentation, so we know it's real. Is the mystery real? Yes, it's not solved. But is there anything else? It's not a conspiracy. It's not supernatural. It's just a big, blatant fucking question that's out there. So, sure, I believe it. I believe something happened, but who am I to say what actually happened?
So you don't believe anything paranormal?
No, I don't believe anything paranormal. I don't believe anything alien. The fact that there's a missing lifeboat to me just says it right there. There's nothing out of the ordinary other than, them abandoning it. Like if there was a lifeboat, if all the lifeboats were accounted for, and everything was there, and it was in pristine condition, and the crew was still missing, then you have yourself a genuine ghost ship mystery. But that's not the case. It was floating at sea for a week. It looked weathered, and it was missing a lifeboat. Motherfuckers ditched.
All right, Mr. West.
Is this real?
Is this paranormal?
Is this paranormal? No.
All right. Big Joe?
No, I gotta actually agree with Anthony on that one. I would be open to the paranormal on this if the lifeboat wasn't missing, but the mere fact that lifeboat was missing, there was an escape made, whether it's because they got drunk or whether because they thought they were going to blow up or whatever, that takes it right out of the conspiracy, right out of the paranormal realm, and puts it right into the mystery realm, of course. But the theories then become limited as to what could have happened.
All right, and I'm on that same boat too. So I think it's across the board that we don't believe that has anything to do with paranormal or extraterrestrial or anything supernatural.
Why is the rum gone?
Yes.
The rum wasn't gone. They were gone.
9 barrels.
So yeah, I mean that should cover this week's episode. I mean, we can't really go really long because there's really nothing else to talk about for the Mary Celeste. I know next week's episode,
we can, but like really weird out there stuff that just doesn't make any type of sense, to be honest.
You would have to really, really dig deep. But next week's episode, we do get something. At least for me, I think it's a little interesting because I enjoy. We are talking about the mystery of Roanoke.
Shit.
Wait, isn't that place in what is it?
Virginia.
There we go, that one. I was gonna say North Carolina, to be honest.
Yeah. Want to give us a little preamble what that's about?
Well, I mean, everyone knows the
you can't say everyone knows. I don't know. I didn't even know where it was at.
All right, so I'm gonna give just a little mystery about the
teaser.
A teaser. Hold on. So the Roanoke colony, the establishment of Roanoke colony, was an attempt by Sir Walter Raleigh to found the first permanent English settlement in North America. The English, led by Sir Humphrey Gilbert, had claimed St. John's, Newfoundland in 1583 as the first English territory in North America at the royal prerogative of Queen Elizabeth I.
Josh, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like listening to someone with Parkinson's. Let me give you it's audible Parkinson's. I'm sorry if I'm pissing anyone out there with Parkinson's. I don't mean to, but Joey, I'll take care of it this week, buddy. I got it. What happened in Roanoke? A bunch of people settled there, and then a boat left, and they said, we'll be right back. And then they came back, and everyone was gone. The shit was still there, and everyone was missing. An entire colony had disappeared. What happened? Find out next week on Is This Real? I want to raise.
Well, it's kind of hard when you're not going to be on next week's episode, so. Anywho.
We fucking blackmailed.
Yeah, it was good. I liked that one. That was pretty good, dude.
Anywho. So, next week we're talking about Roanoke, and again, I don't know if Anthony's going to be there. But yeah, so I think that'll be it for this episode, gentlemen and lady.
And Finn.
And Finn. Thank you. Hi, Finn.
Hey, Finn.
So goodbye, everybody. Everyone say good night to everybody.
Wait a second. Hold on a second.
1 second.
Dad had something to say before we wrapped up tonight.
Oh, yeah.
This is the responsibility of being a good host, Joe. You have to take in mind people have things to say.
I thought first of all, time out. I thought Dad was doing this off the episode.
No, this is I want to speak to I just got like a 2-minute thing I want to say.
All right.
To our fans. Today or last night, as we all know, Russia invaded Ukraine. I want to know out there from our listening audience, how many people can actually have done their work, have done their history, and to understand how something like this could happen again after, what is it now, 80 years post World War II?
Yeah.
I just want to know, has this world learned its lesson from history? Because people are dying now that didn't have to die. People are losing their lives, their homes, their livelihood for what? For a madman. Now, I don't care how you feel about this guy. I know we have downloads in Russia. We have downloads in the Middle East or the wherever this is happening.
No, we don't.
Ukraine.
We don't have any downloads in Ukraine.
Okay, so
we have Russia. So
I want everybody just to analyze their situation, analyze themselves, and ask yourself: do you really want to go through this again? Because what happened last night, what's continuing happening tonight, if there's any slip up, if there's any mistake by the Russians, and they hit one piece of a NATO country, namely Poland, we're in World War III. And I don't think that, I'm 62 years old. You guys are all young. The oldest would be Josh and Anthony, 34, 35?
Yeah, 34.
Okay. You got your lives ahead of you. Okay. Something happens to me tomorrow. I've lived my life. This is going to be incumbent on the generation out there that's listening to wake the fuck up. Speak to your elected leaders. Speak to people out there that have an interest in this and that can stop this. Because if we learn one thing, we've learned that aggression against other countries should not be happening in this time. I know it has nothing to do with our episodes. I get it, but you know what? It's mind-boggling to me that the world that we live in can be so dangerous that we're actually near another war. So I don't want to bring anybody down, but that's just, I had to get that off my chest.
No, I agree with everything you just said. And let me help you out there. This is not making this shit up. This is true. Ukraine is being invaded by Russia. And they still had time to go to Twitter and shitpost. The Ukrainian Twitter account posted a picture, a drawing of Adolf Hitler patting Putin on the head.
Yeah.
Like, you're being invaded right now, And you're throwing up that shit?
Well, that's almost as bad as somebody put up Joy Behar today. She was on a thing. She's like, I just don't know what's going on in the Middle East. I fear for what's going on in the Middle East. Hell, it's just eradicating all my travel plans. I want to go to Italy for 4 years. And now this stuff happened. You got fucking people dying. And she's worried about her fucking, you know what? If she wants to go on, I would love to put her on a plane with one wing.
Stop.
No. Don't say
that bitch needs to be taken off the fucking air. Anyway, good night.
Someone get a spray bottle and just.
Yeah, somebody needs to wrap up some newspaper here on our nose.
It's crazy times that we're living in.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Crazy times that we're living in. It's end times near, bro.
I posted
any Bible readers, believers.
I gotta fly now because nature's calling. If you know what I mean. So
you gotta drain the vein.
I found something on. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Remember, question everything.
Yes.
Right. Good night, everybody.
Konnichiwa, bitches. It's Ryu West speaking. If you want to find out more about the Is This Real podcast, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/isthisrealpc or on Twitter at isthisrealpc or on Instagram at isthisrealpodcast, all one word.